Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm excited to share with you a complete automation that I've built here in N8N, which will repurpose your content from your YouTube channel, and then it will put it into Gemini 3 and Nano Banana to create the infographic and create a LinkedIn post and newsletter. I've been working on this for a few days. I was having some issues with it, but it's now working correctly. If you want the complete done for you template, I will leave a link down below where you can grab this on Gumroad for free or pay whatever you want. And with that being said, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the tutorial. So first of all, we just got a trigger set up here which will execute this manually. Eventually, I just want this to run automatically every time I upload a new YouTube video. So I would add an RSS feed in here, and it will just check every hour or so for the latest YouTube video, and then we're going to pipe that into Apify, which I've used in many of my other tutorials. And this one, I'm just providing the static link to a YouTube video, and we're running the YouTube transcript scraper through Apify. That's going to get the complete transcript, and then we're just going to get all of those dataset items. We can actually do this in one step as well, but I've just chosen to do it in 2 steps here. And then we're going to split each of those out on timestamps, and we're going to piece them all back together again for the complete transcript. So if I go ahead and execute this workflow, you will see it's running the Apify actor. It's going to get all the items, and then it's going to create the complete transcript and put it into Gemini, the latest version here. And the prompt that I'm using is just analyze and summarize this YouTube video transcript, and we're passing in the text from right here. So we're just clicking and dragging that in to pass in the complete transcript, and that's going to create the complete prompt to summarize the YouTube video. From there, we will pass that into a variable, an edit field right here, and this is just to store it into a string. We're going to say turn this video summary into a detailed infographic with the key concepts, and we're passing in the summary right here. So that's going to turn it into an infographic using Gemini. And here we're actually using KIE, which is a platform for running Nano Banana Pro amongst many other models. And you can get your API key completely for free over here. You're going to want to enter that in to your N8N right here. So you'll enter in authorization and then the API key right here. And then also the JSON, which looks like this. So you've got your model. We're using Nano Banana Pro, which is part of Gemini 3. And then you're passing in your prompt right here. Make sure to use json.stringify. I was having some issues with this because it wasn't proper JSON format. And then you can set the aspect ratio, which I actually want to be like 2:3 instead of 1:1, but we're using 1:1 for now. The resolution I've set to 4K, and then the output format is going to be PNG. Right? So that's all there is to it for that step, and then we're just going to wait. So we're just setting up a loop here, and it's waiting, and the status over here is just going to be json.data.state, and it's either going to be success, generating, or fail. So it's just going to continue checking to see if the image is finished generating, and then once it's finished, it will get that image using this URL right here, which you can find over here in KIE. If you go to Nano Banana Pro, you can open up the complete API reference. So just come over here and then go to API, and you can see create a task, which we're using for creating the image, and then for getting the image, we're using this image URL right here. So that's what we're passing into N8N. And you can see the output, what that looks like for both create task and also the structure that you need to pass in. Everything is over here in KIE, as you can see, and this is what it looks like, right? So that's exactly what we have over here. And then this one is just going to take the task ID that we got from creating the image. So that's going to be this right here. You just click and drag that in, and that's all. And then you also need to enter your API key right here, authorization, and then the bearer token. And then as you can see, it has now outputted the complete image. We got that image, and then we're passing it into an edit field right here. So all this is doing is it's just storing the URL right here. So this is the URL where the image lives, and then from there we can download that using an HTTP request. So as you can see here, we're just passing in the JSON image. which is the URL, and all this is doing is just downloading it. And you can see what it looks like right here as well. So this is what the image looks like. As you can see, it's a very detailed image, complete. There's nothing messed up with the text, and it's based exactly on what I've talked about in the video. So this is really, really good for repurposing your content. And I'll show you what that looks like on LinkedIn a little bit later as well. But first, let's get through the complete workflow. And from there, we're just uploading that file to Google Drive. So we're passing in the data, and that's uploading it to a folder, which is over here. So as you can see, it is now uploaded to my Google Drive, and we can take a look at the infographic. It's very detailed. There's no issues with the text, which some of the other Nano Banana models have had problems with. This looks a lot better, and this is something that I can just come on over to LinkedIn and post to create the post, and it's also going to create the post and the newsletter as well. So it's a complete done-for-you solution. And then here we're just waiting for 5 seconds to make sure that it has time to upload the image to Google Drive, and then we're just downloading that file. So all we're doing here is we're just downloading the file, passing in the ID, which is right here, json.id, that it has from Google Drive. And then I've also got a code module here as well. This took me a little bit of time to figure out, but I basically just asked Google Gemini and it provided all of the code for me. So you don't have to come up with this on your own. And this is basically just taking that binary data and it's turning it into a base 64 string, which Gemini needs access to. So in the next step, we're just passing that in. And the prompt is quite detailed. I basically just used ChatGPT to create this complete prompt here. It's just telling it to create a high engagement LinkedIn post based on the infographic provided. And I include a bunch of instructions here, and then I also include a sample format for a post that I've found has done really, really well on LinkedIn, just so that it has some sort of frame of reference to model the post after. And then I provide the infographic right here. So there's the infographic. I could actually go ahead and put this up here from the infographic, and then I can just paste that in, right? That's it. So that will create a complete LinkedIn post based on the infographic. It's not even using the transcript, it's just using the infographic. And we're using Gemini, I think that's the latest version, yeah, Flash 2.5, Gemini Flash 2.5 in order to create the post. We could also use Claude as well. For the LinkedIn newsletter, I'm actually using Claude because I found that it's usually a lot better at writing, and this is the complete prompt. So you are a professional writer creating LinkedIn newsletters for a broad business audience. I will share a YouTube transcript with you. Using that transcript, write a complete 400-word LinkedIn newsletter that explains ideas clearly and simply at about a 6th grade reading level. I've provided all the instructions, and then in this case, we're just passing in the transcript, which I could actually do for the post as well, but I wanted to use the infographic in this case to create the post. And then all we're doing here is we're just creating the document in Google Docs, and that's going to be in your Google Drive folder, which you will need to set up through Google Cloud Console, and that will create the complete LinkedIn newsletter. So I'll show you what that looks like. Here it is. Turn news articles into social media videos automatically, right? So there's the complete newsletter. It's saved it over here in Google Docs. And of course, that's the last step right here. We're just updating the document using the ID, and then we're passing in the text that is coming from Claude right here. So that's just creating the newsletter. And that's the complete automation. That's the complete workflow in N8N. Again, if you want this complete done-for-you template, just post a comment down below, and it's also available on my Gumroad page, which is over here, where I provide a lot of done-for-you templates, both N8N and also make.com. This one, for example, is a stock advisor system that I've created in N8N. And you can basically grab these for free or pay whatever you want. And you can also get access to all of these inside my school community as well, which is also free. And I offer paid plans as well. So if you want the templates, you have to join the premium or VIP plan, which is $49 per month, or $999 per year for the VIP plan. And then you will get access to all of these templates, which are available inside my classroom over here. I've also got over 2,000 N8N templates inside here as well. But again, you will have to be a paid member in order to get access to those. And I'll also show you what this looks like over here on LinkedIn as well. So I'm just going to come over to newsletters, and I will show you how I'm using this for myself. So here's an example, automating your job search with N8N. As you can see at the very top, I have a beautiful infographic right here, and then I've created the complete post using the N8N automation. Then I also include a link to the full tutorial on YouTube as well. And the nice thing about creating newsletters on LinkedIn is every single person who connects with you, they automatically get invited to the newsletter, and you can also send this out to everybody via email as well. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of impressions on this, and people are opening the emails. This one has a 19% open rate. So this is a really, really good way to just kind of grow your brand on LinkedIn. And also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. Here's my profile. I think this month I've got about 200, over like 45,000 impressions, roughly, just posting this sort of stuff. So we'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn as well. And yeah, so 47,000 impressions just in the past week by providing value. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And again, go ahead and grab this complete done for you template, link in the description below. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. Signing off. Peace from Thailand. See you in the next one.